This experience starts with a very good question. How or what is the best bubble mix? Children and adults of all ages enjoy bubbles, and this creates a very authentic context for learning. As a teacher, we provide them with a high level of inquiry by posing the question, which is hopefully based on their own experience of bubbles and bubble mixture. If they do not have this experience, then authentic context can be easily achieved by giving the children first-hand experience of the fun of using and creating their own bubbles. Discussing bubble mixture is easily started by asking them what they know about bubble mixture and its ingredients. How do we actually make it? Have they made it before? What do you use? And how much do you need? The problem-solving and creative thinking skills are brought in by the questioning of how they might make their own mixture, what they would need, how much of each ingredient do they mix together. Creative thinking skills can be developed and inspired by showing them large bubble creations and posing questions about what might create the strongest, or the biggest, or the longest lasting bubble. All of these questions could generate different inquiries and responses from the children as they explore. Critical thinking about what they do comes from the experiences they experiment, experience failure and success, and adjust what they do and try again. This leads very easily into learners challenging themselves and sustaining their effort to try something new or get a bubble mixture that will do what they want or intend it to. All the way through this experience, learners can set their own objectives and expectations. Good adult questioning will make them reflect on whether something works, what might happen if they add something different, or change the ratio of their concoction. Experiences such as this provide a strong drive for success and continuous effort as they're self-motivated. Deciding that you will be creating the best or strongest bubble mixture drives your experience and your effort. Children will keep records of their recipes and ingredients and continually evaluate, rewriting mixtures and trialling them. If the mixture appears too weak or the bubbles do not form, they are forced to reflect on the experience and think creatively of a solution. Does it require less water to mixture, a better quality ingredient, perhaps fairy as opposed to own brand washing up liquid? Does a mix of different ingredients such as bubble bath and washing up liquid make the bubble better, or is one of the two better than the other? There are so many variables within this, and as the children question themselves and the process, they might also come up with other ingenious solutions such as trialling warmer or cooler water to see what might happen. Thermometers and temperature can be brought into the inquiry and adds a whole new dimension of skills to the learning. The bubble experience requires a blend of approaches which will include some direct teaching to upskill the experience to include aspects of capacity measuring, such as millilitres and litres, or ratio of blending mixtures. This direct teaching can be interwoven into the experience as the children play with their mixtures and learn these important tools of measuring and mixing liquids as part of their play. They take charge of their own learning by posing their own questions after the initial prompt. These questions become more detailed as they try to improve their formulas and ultimately produce the best mix they can for what they want to achieve with the bubbles, i.e. making it fly the furthest, bringing in distance or height, last the longest without popping, bringing in time or duration. Important elements of the digital competency framework can be utilised to record the experience, take video/picture comparatives, or record recipes and collect and interpret data. The experience allows for plenty of collaboration both in small and large groups as the children compete, discuss, share and refine their thinking and ideas. The buzz and excitement of the experience is infectious and guarantees a really socially positive experience. There will be lots of discussion around the rules for what constitutes a good bubble mix, and this in itself has many opportunities for children to show and build on their own knowledge, sharing what they might know or think they know about bubbles generally. Children are able to benefit at their own level by accessing this experience from different starting points. It works for multi-age groups because they can utilise the experience and the resources to different levels, e.g. exploring crude levels of what makes a bubble, to refining the best soap to water ratio to make a large bubble mixture. This experience contributes enormously to engagement and well-being because by its nature, bubbles are a well-known fun and engaging experience for children and adults. Lots of laughter and happiness will be generated from creating their own magical bubble mixtures. Cross-curricular aspects involved are dependent on where you and the children take the experience, but they could include the scientific aspects of bubbles or mixtures, maybe introducing light or colour to the experience. You could introduce literacy aspects as they record orally or write descriptively about bubbles or the formula of their recipes. Numerical reasoning aspects are abundant with the experimentation and numeracy as a constant theme throughout, as they experiment with capacity, quantity, and ratios. As an experience to complement the new curriculum, there can be no doubt it provides a very open-ended discussion and opportunity for learners and teachers alike to explore learning in a playful, skills-based and engaging context.